students, welcome again for a new art learning adventure in Mrs. Sebastian's studio. This is my backyard. Oh my gosh, it is so wonderful. The cold weather has really cleared out and it is really feeling like spring. A lot of my trees have a wonderful new buds. All my flowers are starting to open up and it is just an exciting time. Today, we're going to be thinking about Easter and all the great things that we think about with Easter. Colored eggs, jelly beans, marshmallow peeps. We're going to be doing a little peep and an egg today, a cracked eggshell, and it's going to be an origami. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video for a super silly joke about chickens, and I hope that you enjoy. All right, all my little chickies out there, are you ready for some Easter fun? Today we're going to be making this awesome little peep or chick in its own little crack shell. The inside part actually has them in a little shell right here, which is really cute. But this 3D shell's nice because when you put them into it, he's actually going to have the crack shell in the front and back. And if you look down here at the bottom, it opens up so he'll stand on his own too in his little peep coming up out of his shell. So adorable. And the things that you're going to need for this project is going to be a piece of colored origami paper, a piece of white origami paper for the shell, and a pair of scissors, as well as your magical fingers today. All right, to get started today, we're going to take the colored piece of origami paper. Remember, it'll be colored on one side and white on the other. And we're going to turn it so that it looks like a diamond in front of us. Go ahead and do that now. All right, our next fold that we are going to do is a little bit of a challenge fold, because we're not going to be folding it in half here. Instead, we're going to go about 1/3 of the way down from this middle line that we can imagine in our heads, and we're going to be folding it up there. So it's going to look something like this one right here. Now this is a straight up fold from the bottom so that it looks like we now have a white triangle, and there's definitely that blue colored part above it for sure. Again, we're just folding up about 2/3 here from what would have been the middle crease. So we just fold that up. Try to keep those points right underneath each other. It'll make the shell later on line up a little nicer. Look at mine and then try to do yours. All right, next, we're going to be doing 2 crease lines, one here and one here, but we're not going to use the middle point to do this from. Instead, we're going to lift up the corner and we're going to line up the corner that's right here with the white edge, that's the little white triangle underneath it. And when you do this, you'll see that the edge here that's white will line up with the blue paper that's underneath it. So once again, I'm just going to pick up this right hand flap, fold it up, crease it. The corner there will touch the edge of the white triangle underneath it, and then the side of the paper lines up with the blue edge that's underneath it. Next, we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Fold it up. So again, that corner lines up with that edge, and then the side here lines up with the color underneath it. If they don't look exactly even, it's not a terrible thing, but you can always go back and adjust it a little bit. You can usually get them to be more even, where the corners here and here are going to be lined up on a line going across. Yours should look like mine now. Next, we're going to go ahead and flip it over left to right, just like so, and we're going to kind of do a modified kite fold here, where we're actually going to be taking this edge here and lining it up with an imaginary crease down the middle here. So I'm going to pick up that right corner first, and I'm going to fold it over like this, so I get a nice colored point at the top, and that line is going straight up and down. Remember, origami is a lot like rocket science. You got to get those creases just right and make them nice and sharp. I like to use a little bit of a fingernail, or you could even use a little bit of a pencil to kind of make those a little bit sharper. But all I wanted to do is take this edge, fold it over so it goes straight up and down. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Take up that left corner, fold it over. And look how nicely they meet right in the middle. Make that outside edge go straight up and down. All right, check and see if yours looks like mine. It almost looks like a gnome with a hat, and then this is his face and beard down below. Oh my goodness. Perfect spring origami, huh? All right, for our next step, we're almost there. We need to fold down. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold down about halfway here. And when we do that, we're going to make this tip of the blue triangle here touch down to the white side. So I'm going to fold this down, and you want to fold it so that this edge here is going to be lined up with this edge here. So I just folded it over like that. So it is a little bit of a diagonal fold here. You can see when I outline it with a pencil what it looks like, but basically you're taking that tip, folding this over so that this edge of the paper lines up with this edge here, and now the tip is going to go all the way down to the white part. All right, take a look, see if yours looks like mine. Here's our last step. We're going to be picking up this corner here, and we're going to pick it up and fold it over just like that. So now when this picks up, this is going to be a straight line going across, just like so. And when we flip it over, voila, we've got our little chicken egg. If you have a pencil or if you have markers, you can also go ahead and add little extra lines, but it's not absolutely necessary. We are now ready to move on to the egg part. So I've got my piece of white paper. We'll put our little peep out of the way, and now we're going to do the egg. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it again so it's a diamond. And we're going to do the mountain fold. So we're going to take the bottom tip and we're going to line it up with the top tip to make a fold going across left and right, just like so. We've turned our square into a triangle, And now we're gonna fold down the top and back separately about 2/3 of the way down. So if this is about 1/3, this would be closer to 2/3. So I know I'm gonna make a crease somewhere here, going across to somewhere over here. So I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna fold this down just like so, close to where those marks were that I made. You don't have to make those marks, but it helps me in thinking about where I need to do that crease going down. So again, I just take that top tip and I just folded it down. So now we have about 2/3 of the paper here and about 1/3 here. We're gonna flip that over left to right now. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Take that top tip and then fold it down. Look at yours, does it look like mine? Where it has that valley on the inside and it has those flaps folded along on the outside. Next, let's go ahead and flip that around. So we're turning it around. So now we've got the white triangles on top and we have a creased edge right here on the right side and right here on the left side. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our scissors now and we're going to cut right at the top of the crease until it reaches this overlapping triangle, and then we're going to stop. So where did I stop? I stopped right here, and I'm going to stop right here on this side. Once you're done with one side, go ahead and cut the other side. Take a look. Does yours look like mine now? All right, we're now going to do some creasing here. So we're going to pick up these flaps and we're going to fold them up so that they will have a fold right here and a fold right here. And when we fold those up, just like so, you're going to see that this edge is straight up and down, and so is this one. And again, this point is now lined up with the edge of the triangle underneath it. You're gonna do one side, and then we're gonna do the other side too. There, I think that looks better. It kind of looks like a tulip, doesn't it? Perfect springtime flower. All right, take a look at yours. Does it look like mine? All right, flip it over left to right. And now we're going to do the same thing with these flaps. Take it, fold it up, crease it down. Same thing, matching it with the ones that are underneath it. Now we've got a real tulip, don't we? All right, so now we're going to be putting our chick in the eggshell. Ooh, just like so. Look at him, he looks so good. Oh my gosh, and then look, it's gonna be down here, you may have to kind of fold it so that that outside triangle, there you go, totally encompasses the back side too, because that's the back. And what's really nice is that because it's open on the bottom, don't forget, yours can stand up. Wonderful. All right, there is our Easter holiday peep in an eggshell or chick in an eggshell origami. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. It sure was a cutie, wasn't it? All right, so here's your super silly kid joke. Why did the Easter egg hide? Because it was a little chicken. Chicken, like it was afraid, and inside of a little egg is a little baby chicken. All right, that's my super silly kid joke. So for today, remember, always be kind to everyone you meet. Give somebody a big hug today. They probably need it. Maybe you might need that hug today. And keep on making great art.